Hey YouTube, it's Jaden. I don't know, making another video in my room. Literally can't go outside because it's pouring right now, so it doesn't ruin anything for me. Also, I'm trying to make this short because breakfast ends at 11 and it's 10:07. But yeah, I was. Oops, sorry. I was Oh, and hey, grandma. I'm sorry, my nose is a little stuffed because my roommate keeps the air on at night because he's from Florida. And I'm like, dog, it's like 2 degrees in this room. Like, can you shut it off? And he's like, yeah. And then at like 2 in the morning, he'll turn it on when I'm asleep. And then I'll wake up and it's on. As you can probably, if you can hear it, it's on. So, anyways, it's besides the point. I'm a little upset at that. But either way, and he does that all the time. But either way, oh yeah. So, as of late, I've been feeling better. I've been feeling a whole lot better. I feel like there's this excuse me, there's this new sense of purpose, in my life. I don't know if I've already made a video on it. I think I did, and I never uploaded it, which is what I tend to say a lot because I just don't post videos anymore. I just make them and keep them on my laptop forever. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I never uploaded it. So, yeah, I found this new sense of like purpose within myself. Um, well, I don't know that it's like purpose, but it's more so like I always, I was always this, like, I always chose to be like happy go lucky, but then happy go lucky kind of, as you grow older, like, kind of ends up being like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, happy go lucky is like, cause yeah, happy go lucky is really like, you move as the wind blows, right? But it is what it is also you move as the wind blows, just on two different sides of the spectrum, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Um, and that's how I was, right? At like the earlier stages of my life, I was very like I was actually happy though, you know? And then as time went on, I wasn't as I wasn't as happy, but I was still kind of moving as the wind blows, you know? Um and then it kind of hit me not too long ago. I say not too long ago, I mean like a couple months ago. Not even, like a couple weeks ago, like while I was here. It didn't hit me not too long ago. Um I was watching this YouTube video um about like motivation. It wasn't even YouTube. It was like TikTok or whatever. And you know, I'll die on that hill that TikTok is actually a really it's not that bad of an app. I'll be honest with you. TikTok really isn't that bad. I think the addiction of it obviously is bad, but I think if you use it to its greatest abilities, it's not that bad. And then I can understand why people say social media isn't really as bad as we claim it to be, because you know I made that video about social media back when I was on that whole it is what it is type time. You know what I mean? I was kind of like not really happy, I guess, but I kind of wasn't sad. I was just kind of like existing, right? Which is what I'm trying to explain. Like I was kind of just existing back then. But as I was watching the TikToks and the YouTube videos and whatever, I realized like there's more to life than just existing. Like if you want to live life, you actually have to go out of your way and do it, you know? Similar to that video that I was explaining about like wisdom. Wisdom is learning through experience, not learning through other people's words, you know what I mean? Like people that go through it learn the most out of it, right? Because they actually experience it, right? Like if they say, hey, don't put your hand on the stove while it's hot, you're gonna be like, but I kind of want to because I don't know how it feels, you know. But the person that said it already knows how it feels because they done it. So now they're telling you, yo, don't do it because I already know how it feels. You know what I mean? So yeah, as they know, they definitely know the most. They should still kind of let you try it just so that you can be like, oh dang, no, you're right. Or it's not even because I guess by my logic they wouldn't tell you. So if they just let you do it, then it's like, oh, okay, I won't do that ever again. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I think life comes through experiences. It doesn't come through vicariously living through other people's words, you know? Or just existing, for that matter, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, because that could make you crazy, you know? I think that's the actual definition of crazy. And that's what I've been so used to doing. The same thing over and over again. I've been so used to just being content with myself. And that's what I used to call it. I used to just call it being content, right? And content, I think I am technically right on what I mean by content, right? Like I was okay with where I was, right? But content also means that you're on some spectrum of being happy. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't sad, but I wasn't happy. I was just okay. I was just living life. But I wasn't living. I was just existing. That's what I mean. But I say all this. I give you all this exposition because, like I said, I watched the TikToks. I watched the YouTubes, and they told me to... They didn't tell me, but the point of the videos are like, you have to live life if you want to be happier, you know? And it's like, obviously that sounds right. Like, obviously, you know, everybody knows this, right? Like, everybody knows this. But what people think... I'm sorry, that got real dark. What people think, right, when they say, like, live life to your fullest, right? Live life to the fullest, right? They think, like, oh, you gotta take vacations every day. Oh, you gotta... I don't know, you gotta do 100 push-ups every day for the next 20 years if you want to get the gains or whatever. You gotta read 500 books. You gotta, obviously, you know, I'm speaking in such hyperboles, but they're saying, like, you gotta live life to the fullest each and every day. And I do understand that, but I realized, like, hey, our fullest is not the same. That's what I realized. And that's what kind of changed it for me. Like, my fullest is not your fullest. You know? Because, again, I'm so used to just being content. I'm so used to just existing. To just going to school, coming back, playing video games, going to bed. Eating, going to bed. Right? That's what I was used to. You know? Calling my friends every once in a while. But there was this point in college, like last year, where I started walking on trails. Like, I actually started going out of my way and walking on trails. And I realized, like, that actually brought something out of me. Like, that was like, it felt like a new type of freedom, you know? And I didn't know what to put it. I didn't know how to put it then. But after I watched those videos, I was like, oh, that's my fullest. That's what it is, you know? Like, going on trails, walking around to places where I haven't before, you know? Doing things that I haven't before. I mean, as long as I can clearly control it, you know? Like, walking on trails, that's something I can clearly control and put in. I can still have, you know, at least 95% of my control within it, but I can still do things that I haven't before, you know? That's my fullest. And I realized that, and ever since, like, I feel like my life has been so much greater than it has before. And it's crazy because my life really hasn't changed that much. Like, physically speaking, or like from a literal perspective, my life really hasn't changed that much. Like, I'm literally in Connecticut, and And if I'm being honest, I haven't walked like that much. Like, I mean, every time I do walk though, I do this thing where I walk, like, there's two axes, right? There's the y and x axis. I hate sounding mathematical, but okay, rather in a cardinal perspective, there's north, east, south, and west perspective, right? So north of us there's a plaza with only like a Starbucks and a pizza place, so I've been there. South of us I've never been. But so essentially what I was trying to do is I went east until I could find something that was similar to the plaza, and it took me 3 miles to get there, and I walked the full 3 miles, but I had to walk the 3 miles back. That was something new. I did the same thing when I walked south of us, because we live in like a hotel right now for the internship, and then I haven't walked west yet, but I'm gonna do that next. So it's like, that's something new, and it's very spontaneous, but it's something new, and it's something that's like really made me feel not better, because it's not like I'm feeling worse about myself, but it's made me feel like refreshed rather. It's like it is random. It's random. It's so much fun, because it's like I really do. It's like, because I didn't have a plan. My plan was to walk as far as possible until I could find something that was similar to that plaza. That was like the Starbucks and the pizza place. And I did it when I was going south or whatever, and I found well, it's unfortunate, I found like a cemetery, and then when I was when I was crossing the cemetery, there was a guy that was passing me, and he saw I had a backpack on or whatever, and it was weird. He asked me where I was going. I don't know why I answered him. I shouldn't have answered him, actually, in hindsight. But I said I was, yeah, that's actually very weird. You could tell I'm still naive on certain things. But I did tell, I ended up telling him, like, I'm just a tourist, essentially. I was saying I was going to find the nearest like pizza joint, and he said it was like a mile down or whatever. So then he told me it was a mile down, but I haven't gone west yet. But either way, that's just like an example, of like rejuvenating my life, I guess. I don't know. It's like, the point of this video is to explain that, like, I don't know, everybody's fullest is not the same, right? Like, I don't know, walking, like, my mom walks, right? But she walks in the same circle in the house, but that could be her fullest. I mean, I don't know, she does it every day, I guess. Like, I always thought it was corny, but it's like, if that's what she does, and if that's what, like, she gets her 10,000 steps in, like, if that's what she does and it makes her feel like really rejuvenated, then it's like, why should I be like on that, you know what I mean? Because people could be looking at like what I do and think that's very it's very boring, right? Just kind of like how I see what she does is kind of boring. It's like, if I consider it like really, if I consider it like dope, then it's like, kind of doesn't matter what you what you think about it. And that's another thing about ego, which is, I think, another cool thing for a video, but it's getting a little long. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video. I'm a little sick. It's 10:20. Yeah, my mindset has definitely been in much better places as of late. Yeah, like, it was weird. Like, it's gotten to a much better place to where it was like, I'm so used to thinking, like, when good things happen to me, I'm so used to thinking, okay, when is the bad part gonna kick in, and it hasn't yet. So thank God. I thank God for that. And yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna make the best out of it. So that's all I got, and yeah. I didn't want to say peace because I actually, I don't know. I kind of want to make a different thing now. It's I don't know. I don't know. Peace. I don't know. I'm sorry.